Why conversations always turn into arguments, and how to stop it. Most arguments in relationships don't start as arguments. They start as simple conversations. About dishes, about money, about what happened today. And somehow, they turn into tension, defensiveness, silence, or full-blown fights. If you've ever thought, why does every conversation turn into an argument? This video is going to change how you see communication forever. Imagine this. One partner says, "Hey, you've been on your phone a lot lately." Seems simple, right? But the other hears, "So now I'm a bad partner." Tone shifts. Defensiveness kicks in. Now the response becomes, "Well, at least I'm not the one who ignores me when I talk." And just like that, you're no longer having a conversation. You're in a conflict, and neither of you even remembers how it started. Here's the truth most couples don't realize. You're not arguing about the topic. You're reacting to what the topic feels like. And until you understand that, the same argument will repeat itself over and over and over again. Let's break down exactly why this happens. You're hearing attacks, not words. Most conversations turn into arguments because you're not listening to what was said. You're reacting to what you think it means. When your partner says, "You didn't help with dinner," you don't hear a request. You hear, "You're lazy. You don't care. You're not enough." So what do? You defend yourself. And now the conversation becomes defense versus defense, not understanding versus understanding. People don't argue about words. They argue about interpretations. Strong couples train themselves to ask, "Wait, what did you mean by that?" Instead of reacting to assumptions. You're trying to win, not connect. Let's be honest. In most arguments, you're not trying to understand your partner. You're trying to prove your point. You want to be right. You want your perspective validated. You want your partner to say, "You're right, I was wrong." But here's the problem. The moment winning becomes the goal, connection becomes impossible. Real truth. Every time one person wins an argument, the relationship loses. Instead of asking, "How do I prove my point?" start asking, "How do I understand their experience?" That one shift alone can stop 80% of arguments. Emotional timing is off. Here's something most couples completely ignore. Timing matters more than truth. You can be 100% right, but if your partner is tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, your message will feel like pressure, not support. Example, you bring up a serious issue right after a long day. Your partner doesn't respond well. Now you think, they don't care. But in reality, they just didn't have the emotional capacity in that moment. The wrong timing turns good conversations into bad arguments. Strong couples ask, "Is this a good time to talk?" Simple, powerful, rarely used. You're both protecting yourselves. Here's the deeper layer. Arguments are rarely about the surface issue, they're about protection. One partner protects themselves with defensiveness, logic, withdrawal. The other protects themselves with emotion, criticism, frustration. So what happens? One person pushes, the other pulls, and the cycle continues. You're not fighting each other. You're fighting to feel safe. Breakthrough moment. When couples realize this, everything changes. Because instead of asking, "Why are you acting like this?" they start asking, "What are you feeling right now?" How to stop conversations from turning into arguments. Let's make this practical. Here are 4 things you can start doing immediately. 1. Slow the moment down. When tension rises, pause. Not everything needs an instant response. 2. Clarify before reacting. Ask, "Help me understand what you meant." This alone can prevent most misunderstandings. 3. Lower your tone, not your message. You don't have to change what you're saying, but how you say it changes everything. 4. Choose connection over control. Ask yourself, do I want to win, or do I want to stay close? Here's what most couples never realize. The problem isn't that you argue. Every couple argues. The problem is, you never learned how to stay connected during the conversation. And once you learn that, conversations stop turning into arguments and start becoming something better. Understanding. If this made you think about your relationship in a different way, subscribe to The Connected Couple, because small conversations, Create strong relationships.